Alright everyone, welcome back to another video, and what I have for everyone is an impromptu first impressions for everyone. So I was able to get my hands on a really nice, good condition 2014, late 2014 Mac Mini. Okay, in particular this variant has 8 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte hard drive, right? And I'm just gonna let y'all know up front, I'll have the digital receipt thrown up in the video and post as well, and all of the seller information and rating information. But I picked this one up for $133.74 after taxes. Okay, and the seller that I got this from, and I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, is Alta Deals. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. I'll have my digital receipt and all the appropriate screenshots thrown up in the video and post. And as always, everything talked about and featured in today's video will be linked up down below in the video description. So if today's video piques your guys and gals interest, down below in the video description should be a one-stop shop for you guys and gals, and you should be good to go. And down below in the video description will contain affiliate buy links, meaning that if you guys and gals decide to make your purchase using those links, I do get a small percentage of commission that I put directly back into the channel, and that's at no additional cost to you guys and gals. So I consider those affiliate buy links a win-win for everyone in my opinion. Today's video is being recorded with the rear facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus in 1080p at 30 FPS, and all the audio for today's video is being recorded with the COMICA Uni D microphone. Alright, housekeeping done, let's get into it now. So, y'all saw the screenshots, y'all saw the price. Let's take a physical look over the hardware, and then I'm going to plug it up and give y'all my first impressions after I get it all set up. Now, yes, I know this is a older model, and yes, I know this particular model doesn't have software and security support anymore. But I have a background in computers, and I do think I have a comfortable and safe way around that. So what I'm going to be doing with this unit is I'm going to be updating it to a newer version, okay? In particular, I think I'm going to be upgrading it to the Ventura version, which came out in 2022. And then I'm going to be locking it down and disabling all the updates and security, and then I'm going to be installing antivirus on it and a VPN on it as well. This way I can use it as my daily driver computer and not have to worry about security. But I already don't have to worry about too much security because the websites that I use on a daily basis do have very good security built into them, but that's what I'm going to be putting on this unit. Okay? So that's what I'm going to be doing. So after I shoot the unboxing portion of this video, or the physical walkthrough of this video for the hardware, I'm going to be setting it up, hooking it up to my TV that's off screen up here. Let me show y'all. Boom. So I'm going to be unplugging my mini computer up there, and I'm going to be hardwiring and setting up my Mac Mini 2014. Now my mini computer will still work with Wi-Fi, it just won't be hardlined, and I'm going to get it set up and updated just the way I want. And then I'm going to come back and give you guys and gals a first impression of the software after setting it up and using it for a little bit. Okay, but before we get to that, let's talk about this hardware right here. Okay, so first impressions of the look. It is really big. Now, I already worked on one of these units, so I was used to the size, and I was shocked. The unit that I worked on, it's big. And I was like, why do they call it a Mac Mini if it's so big? This is like the size of a traditional cable box, if not a little bit smaller. So when you say mini, I'm thinking of something like this. You see my mini computer over there? That's legit the size of a digital cable converter box, if not a little bit smaller. That's legit the size for the dock for the new Mac Mini. When you say Mini PC, that's what I think of. When you say Mini PC, I don't think of this. But this is what Apple calls their Mac Mini. At least from 2014 or 2012 all the way through to 2022. Yeah, I think that's when it got its redesign to a smaller package. And from 2022 up to 2025, it has a newer, smaller package, similar to what you guys and gals see for my Mini PC up there that I showed you guys. But first impressions, I do like the look. It does have a really nice weight to it. Nothing on the front but some indicator lights and a microphone. Got Mac Mini on the bottom here. Okay, good stuff there. Then flipping it to the back, we have our I/O. So we got the power connector, the power button, the Ethernet port, an HDMI port, and then two Thunderbolt ports. Thunderbolt ports. Can't talk today. Sorry, guys and gals. So I may need adapters for this to USB Type-C if I want to connect it up to multiple displays. But that's okay. We'll figure that out when we get to it. And then we have 3 USB-A's. Okay? Along with the SD card slot, a microphone / headphone jack, and a Kensington lock. So pretty good. And then we got some ventilation here. And I do believe this does have a small fan to go with it. And up front here, we got the Apple logo. And I gotta say, first impressions of the physical look, it does look very, very good. Now, this is in good condition, and I can tell because the corner here has been chipped off. So I don't know if this was dinked or dropped, but it is not in perfect condition, but that's okay. We were able to get a good deal on this one, so I'm okay with that. But talking about the hardware, it does look really, really good, and we did get a power plug as well. Okay, so now as promised, I'm gonna go ahead, set it up, update it, set it up exactly the way I want, use it for a little bit, and come back with my first impressions of the software for everyone. Okay, so I'll see you guys and gals in a little bit. I'll be right back. It's gonna be a few hours, maybe even a day or two, but I'll be right back. See y'all in a little bit. Alright, y'all, so it's been a couple hours. I got everything all set up. Alright, you can see my wireless keyboard and mouse is set up. If I pan up here, you can see I got the Mac Mini on the bottom with my Mini PC on the top. And you can see it's installing one last system update. Let me zoom in a little bit so y'all can see that a little better. And let me angle up a little bit so y'all can see it's installing one last system update right there. In fact, let me get a little closer here. Alright. And let me up y'all a little bit so we can raise y'all up to head level. There you go. Yeah. So it's installing one last system update. I got everything all set up here. And I gotta tell y'all, it has been very interesting, right? I have previously worked on some Macs, but just to fix certain things for certain people. And I've never actually owned a Mac. And the setup process was actually super straightforward, tons of security, right? And installing the apps was fairly straightforward. So you can see across my dock here at the bottom, I got my Brave browser, I got Google Chrome, you know what I'm saying? I got my Avast, I got my Surfshark, got all that, right? And if I go into my apps here, you can see these are all the apps that I put on there. Basically, I put on like 4 things, right? Everything else was on there when I first booted up the PC, right? And basically, those are the things that I'm going to be using. So now, the next thing I'm going to do, probably when I end this video, is I'm going to go into terminal and I'm going to run the command to disable all updates, right? Because essentially with my antivirus and my VPN and all of the things that I do on a daily basis, which is all done through official channels on fully secure websites, it's okay for me not to get security patches and updates. Like I said in my previous videos, I don't do a lot on my desktop on a daily basis. But I will say this. Initial launch and initial setup of some of these applications, it was very laggy, right? And I can see now why they were saying it's probably best that you get a SSD hard drive, because I don't have an SSD hard drive. Let me shrink this real quick. Okay, I actually got the version of this that has 8 gigs of RAM. Let me show y'all. Now I'll gray out anything that's sensitive. It's installing the update in the background. But I actually got the version that has 8 gigs of RAM. You can see it right there. Right? Let me zoom in a little bit. I want to keep it in the frame, but I don't want to. Yeah, you can kind of read it. Now I think for future videos I might install OBS on here as well. And I do have the USB ports in the back, so I can plug up my studio audio microphone, my COMICA microphone to it as well. But for future videos that I want to do in the desktop fashion, I might just do that. And I might also see if I can plug up my webcam as well and see if all of that works. But in terms of this version of the Mac Mini, y'all can see I'm running Mojave. Okay, or Monterey, my bad, said it wrong. Monterey, version 12.1, and it's actually updating to version 12.7.6, and I'm going to disable all updates after that, right? And you can see in terms of the storage, let me show y'all here, it does have a 1 terabyte hard drive, not a SSD, right? So there is that. Now I did do some research, and you know, changing out to an SSD is not hard, but being as this is an Apple product, you need 2 different screwdrivers, and although this Mac Mini is big here, right, it still is a very cumbersome process, right? So although the Mac Mini right here is big, it still is a cumbersome process inside the case. And honestly, I'm probably not going to do that, right? As long as it's fast and snappy enough for me to get daily stuff done, it should be perfectly fine, right? Would I have liked it to have been an SSD, like my mini PC, my mini Windows PC? Yes. But as long as it functions perfectly fine, it doesn't have to be, right? But back to the other thing. I did notice that during the setup, getting certain applications and things to run wasn't hard, but getting it to remain clean with this clean desktop, it did take a few extra steps. Like Apple works with DNG files, right? Windows doesn't work with DNG files, right? Windows works with exe files or executable files. Apple works with DNG files. So it was kind of weird, right? But I really do appreciate the fact that I can get everything set up and running, and even after this system update, I'm still gonna have tons and tons of space left. Like, let me show y'all again. So y'all saw it's a 1 terabyte hard drive, and after I installed everything, let me just read it to y'all real quick. So let's go to storage, and after I install everything, I still have 959.31 gigabytes. And I'm probably not going to install much more than what I already installed, right? So that is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. And I have to say, because probably the last couple things I'm going to install is I'll probably put my favorite wallpaper on it, the one for the channel, and then I might put OBS on it. And yeah, like I said, I'll make sure my mic works in case I want to do some discussion style videos and show y'all with my desktop and the web browser. And I'll make sure my webcam works, and that's pretty much going to be it. Other than that, I'll probably be using this for work stuff and doing my video descriptions for YouTube, because that's still a lot easier to do with a desktop PC, right? Although ultimately though, I'm waiting to see if Android comes out with a full desktop version to rival Apple and to rival Windows. But first impressions of Mac OS, so far it seems to be pretty good. Now, I probably will come back in a couple months and do a follow-up and let y'all know how it's been going after a few months of usage. And if you guys and gals want to see any other coverage on the Mac Mini late 2014 model, you guys and gals let me know. But that essentially does it for today's video, even though it's evening now. I started it in daylight, it's evening now. But that does it for today's video. As always, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed the video. If you did, please help your boy out by giving the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. And also, as always, if you guys and gals would like to see more content like this, please feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. And make sure you click off the notification bell icon right next to it so you guys and gals get notified when new videos go live on the channel. Alright? Matter of fact, what am I doing? Why do I have y'all staring at a screen? Alright? It's customary for you to show your face and make eye contact when you're talking to somebody. Why do I have y'all staring at a screen? There you go. There you go. Now y'all staring at me, I'm staring at y'all, we making direct eye contact. How y'all doing? So as I said, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed the video. I hope you guys and gals found it helpful. If you did, you guys and gals know what to do. I hope everyone's having a great day. Hope you guys and gals are staying safe out there. And I will catch everyone in the next video. Have a good one, everybody. We're out of here. Peace.